Hey now, what's up, people? Cheers. Wednesday, the 12th of October. Yeah, I make a lot of videos, but don't feel like making a video every day. Sometimes it'll be something um, that I see that will prompt me to make the video the next day. Today it was a comment, and I just appreciate it. The comment is, love your reviews, man. No bullshit, as most of the things in YouTube are bullshit. I'm straight to the point. I appreciate that and just want to just reiterate that I say it all the time. All I'm doing is sharing my views, my opinion. And it seems like we as humans really need to take a course on dealing with opinions because opinions are very personal and there can be shades of opinion where you can have good factual knowledge to base your opinion on, and you can just make a decision on nothing at all and have an opinion based on that. But it's still just what you're thinking. What we think is not something out in the world like this cup. An opinion only exists here until we express it, verbalize it. Then we send that energy out into the world for others to take in. But that doesn't mean that it becomes reality for them. I share with you the reality in my head. This is why a while back someone had said that I forget what they said, but I don't. I personally don't think that people have to think similarly at all to get along. You just need to want to get along, and that's where I'm at. I just don't understand why people don't want to get along. Why there has to be conflict. So anyway, some thoughts that I'm having this morning. Musically, what's been going on is I've been. Thankfully, yesterday was one of those days where I got activated again. I really try to respond naturally as much as possible to my life. It's helped me in dealing with depression. Um, I have depression, but I deal with it. I live with it, and I deal with it. I have more good times than bad. It's not situational depression. It's not because something happened. It's not that sort of thing. Some of you other folks who know what I'm talking about, who live with it, know what I'm talking about. There's no reason for the depression. It's just there. So I deal with it. And what I was getting at is that yesterday was a really nice day where work broke through, and I opened up the studio, and I got back to work on my new album, and might have another day like that today. It's nice when the work motivates itself. Um, yeah, so I'll share that. Some music that has been played in the last few days. Beki Mseleku. Mseleku. Originally from Johannesburg, South Africa. Multi-instrumentalist. Meditations is the name of this. 2 long tracks. And this one, I got through the first one, Meditation Suite, which is mainly him singing and playing piano. And it sounds like, even though it says it's written, it sounds like he's just literally like a meditation, letting the music just flow, come as it goes by. That's the beautiful part of meditation when you do it, is you disconnect from thoughts. We think that we're our thoughts, but that they're just information. We can watch them like pictures, but generally we engage them. That's where a lot of situational depression comes from, is where people are kind of stuck on things or are grousing over something that's happened or something they don't like that they can't seem to get any clarity on. But in meditation, the idea is to let go of just there goes the thought, there it goes, there goes another thought, there it goes. Well, this thought brings up this feeling. Well, there go those thoughts and feelings, just let them pass. And that's how this music struck me, is that it was just very much like him just letting the music come out of him. And the words too, the music. It's beautiful, actually. Beki Mseleku. It'll be down in the how do you write his name will be in the description box. That was lovely. I appreciate the feedback on Kikagaku Moyo, because indeed it's like, yeah, everyone has a different experience. And like I've said many times, experiencing art and music in person is way different than listening to records or on the radio. So listen to a bunch of this. David Sylvian is just a prime mover to me. I just love his approach to his work. I love how, from the beginnings in the band Japan, how he matured and found a truly unique voice in music. I love his work. It's really nuanced and subtle and mature and introspective and just all kinds of shit. Good shit. I love this. Everything and nothing. I'm also intrigued by that photo. I get the impression that this is likely a dog that someone in the neighborhood or where the dog lives thought it would be funny to paint the eyebrows onto the dog. And it's a very intriguing image, isn't it? Had to get through this a couple. Oh no, I'm mixing up. This is out to be played. Bill Vermette. Katha Visions. I forget how I got turned on to this. Possibly Bill Vermette sent it to me. What's interesting is what brought it up was something popped up in my YouTube, and it was a plastic crime wave with Bill Vermette doing a performance for some kind of public TV program with a bunch of kids, and it was really good. So I pulled this to play. I haven't played it yet. Excuse me, that's that morning coffee. However, Andrea in Italy, if you see this, had a wonderful listening experience with this album yesterday. This is really good. It's Verdena doing a movie soundtrack, America Latina. I can see scenes in my head of potentially what was going on during this music. They show a deep level of skill and talent on this album, pastiching old types of music, coming up with many variations of mood and setting with the music for this album. America Latina by Verdena. I would know nothing about this band if it hadn't been for you, Andrea. Good band. I recommend them. Here's another one that I've had a copy a long time ago. Then I got rid of it because I really didn't like it. Then I came across another copy, and I keep it primarily for the cover. Although this time I enjoyed it because I listened to it for what it is. Andy Bown, Gone to My Head. He was in some bands. I had just looked it up. He was in bands, and as you can see, he was trying to. I'm going to look him up right quickly. I get the impression that he was looking to establish himself. He was in the band The Alan Bown. Isn't that interesting? Andy Bown. No, I got that wrong. No, just hold on, guys. I'm thinking Andy and I wrote Alan. Here we go. What band? He was in The Herd with Peter Frampton and Judas Jump. I also have that album, Judas Jump. And I keep those records. I love this cover artwork. I just love it. That alone will get me to keep it. But I like how I caught what was going on here. The first song in here is he laments how he wishes that he could write a song like James Taylor, and then later in the album he does. He writes a song that sounds like James Taylor, and not bad. It's pop music, and a lot of this is geared towards a girl, a woman. That's what's going on here. I love that cover. Here's one that I played last week, left it sitting out in the other room, brought it in here and played it some more today. This is awesome. Blocco Mentale from Italy, 70s. Progressive rock, that's kind of almost pretentious, overblown type of sound with lots of keyboards and activity and dramatic vocals, but it works. I love that cover too. I love good covers. This is a reissue. Again, it's one of these records where it's like, if you find an original, it's a beautiful thing. Gold vinyl, but this plays well. It's just quiet. Really good album. Really good playing. Very good playing on this album throughout. Blocco Mentale. Yeah, I got a thing for the Italian progressive rock sound and approach, and can easily get into a mood where that's hitting me in a real good spot. A couple more things here before I go. Hey, Stephanie. Hey, Kareem. I'll shout you out, L.E., as you usually stop by. Hello. Karl Bartos, formerly of Kraftwerk. This is just a 12-inch single. 15 minutes of fame, and it's just, a remix and the main version. I like 12-inch singles because of the sonority, the width of the groove. It's bigger and generally better sound. This was really fun to play loud. And this is on repeat. James J. Bone Bacon. If you see this, you would ask me a while back, do I ever have things that get stuck? And you never know when or why. But the songs Me and Sarah Jane and another record in particular are on repeat in my head. Even now I hear another record. So I played this several times. And there's something subtly profound about what Phil says in the words, put another record on, because he likes that song. It's just that simple. It can be that simple, that beautiful moments in life are just simply hearing music that you like or that touches you. And those can just be beautiful moments. I love that about music. Had some Massive Attack going on. This is the Mad Professor doing remixes, part 2. It's on red vinyl. This is real good. Just real good. Just sucks you deeply into it. I'll show the vinyl. It's a pretty red. There are so many different variations on colors. This is almost pinkish, almost. Nice. But this was real enjoyable. And I had to play a couple of these twice because it was like, I'm not done with that yet. So good. Sitting out to play is this live bootleg of Massive Attack. Live 98. And I saw them this year, the year they came to America. I went to Minneapolis, First Avenue, to see them, and it was the bomb. And Horace Andy was with them. It was well worth it. A few days ago, I played this all the way through, Diary by Ralph Towner. Touching, beautiful. It was like a journey, an emotional journey. Ralph Towner, wonderful guitarist, was with the band Oregon. He's played with everyone. Has a very distinct, singular style. When he gets to playing, you can tell it's Ralph Towner pretty quick. Excuse me. Oh, there's a few more things here. Okay, I'll just go. So, I am absolutely a fan of Black Midi. Absolutely. And after seeing them, listening to the quieter songs like Marlene Dietrich, and then things like Hogwash and Balderdash, and just listening to the words as well as the presentation musically, it's like, yeah, this is, I will make a comparison, and it makes sense. They are like a young King Crimson in some ways. And I recently listened to a podcast where Morgan Simpson has a conversation with Bill Bruford, and it's wonderful. The mutual respect is obviously there, and that says a lot towards the maturity and the kind of person Bill Bruford is, to show measured respect, deference, and even a little bit of old, dad's teasing the kid in the conversation. He respects that Morgan is a hell of a drummer already, but knows his own legacy. It's a great conversation. So Black Midi, definitely one of the best out bands for my taste going today. Played this, most of it. I didn't get through all of it. The music of Jacques Lasry, Ted Lasry's dad. Chronophagie, or is it Chronophagie? The hypnotic music of sculptures that sound. The Time Eaters. So this is a recording of pieces of sound based on the playing of these instruments invented by this cat. And Teddy Lasry, who is a name from prog rock, some of you all will know, performs on this as well. It got a little dry for me after a while, so I turned it over and tried the other part too. And I could only make it to a certain point. That doesn't mean this is bad, it just means that it wasn't the right time to really dive into it deeply. And I'd shown this the other day, but I hadn't played it yet. Space Guerilla by Mrs. Beasley. This is very good, very noodly, American-influenced jazz rock fusion. The keyboardist in particular plays some pretty fiery solos on here, where it almost sounds like he's about to lose it. He's caught up in ecstasy. And if you guys see this, I don't have a cover to show, but guys from Macula Dog, you sent me a test pressing of your album. I played this several times. This is what I like. I love electronic music. I do like things that are kind of nerdy. And you guys are nerding out on this music with electronics. I can barely understand the words because it's so processed. But I love this. Orange 2. Check it out. Macula Dog. Okay, people. That's mostly what's on my mind. I'll say it again. I don't think that it's at all important or necessary for people to think alike or to agree on things in order to get along. We just need the desire to have peace and accord. And I talk about it because that's what I want. I know that we're in a time period, historically, literally, where this just can't happen. We're in the decline of Western civilization. We truly are. That's what I am experiencing. So I know that things are going to continue to deteriorate, and attrition has set in deeply. But that's no reason to not keep trying to send out something positive, or not not consciously be a part of the mess. Try to send a message of harmony and, like I said, humanity. Okay, I've talked for 20 minutes. Geez, I'll talk to y'all later.